Hello Earthlings, I come to you with a new video today and space buns. Thumbs up for Goose and my cute outfit. I am starting a new chapter slash series here on the SoCraftastic channel. It's going to be all about my business journey, making arts and crafts, selling things. This video is the beginning of my jewelry making journey, which actually started about 10 years ago. 10 years ago. In this particular episode, it's going to be all about jewelry making, and it's going to be the very beginning of my making 100 necklaces process, which hopefully will turn into maybe 1,000 down the line. So if you guys enjoy this, I'll continue to show you all the different necklaces I make before I put them in my shop. There will be many shop updates this year and next year and in the years to come. Hi, buddy. Don't take those. Sit down. Good boy. Sit. Paw. Good boy. So yes, I will be making 100 necklaces eventually. In this video, we're going to go over the basics. The 4 things that you need to create jewelry. The main things. 1 is chain, pliers, charms, and findings. Chain, pliers, charms, and findings. I'll be talking about each of these things in more depth as the video goes on, and I'll also be giving you my tips and tricks for beginners who want to make metal charm jewelry. Where I purchase my supplies, where I'm going to be purchasing more supplies. Maybe that will come in the next video because I don't know yet. I do need to stock up on more chain, so if any of you happen to have a supplier that you really like, let me know. Ouch! Your claw's digging into my leg. He got his head in my lap. Aww. Real quick, last video, I finally got a sponsor for the first time here on my channel in 2 years. That was my decision. I needed some time off to work for myself and figure things out. Long story short, I'm back in the game and I'm moving on to big things. I finally have created new business cards, so anyone who purchases from my shop, my first official launch, I will be announcing as soon as I know when, in the next few weeks, hopefully. So if you go to my website and you see that everything's sold out, it's just I posted the things and I don't want people to buy them yet because they're not quite ready and I am not ready to launch quite yet. If you have any questions that you want me to cover in the next episode of this business jewelry series, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have questions, I'll try my best to answer them either down there or in the next video if I feel like it would be helpful for more people. So without further ado, rude. Now I'm going to show you all of my materials that I've collected over the past many years. So let's go. Let's head on into my studio craft closet. Ta-da! These are just some of the necklaces and jewelry pieces that I started working on over a decade ago. I'm going to go ahead and grab these so you can have a closer look. These are so heavy! I've stocked up on so many jewelry making supplies over the years, and this is just some of them. There's more in the basement. Aw, I forgot about these. Cat stickers, these don't even belong in here. The Lego heart pieces. Definitely keeping this one. Love classic cars. What is in here? Bead wire, pin backings, cats, what? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Before I go on lunch break, let's head on down to the basement. Hi, Goose. He was not happy with me that I left him in the living room. Big stretch. Okay, let's show them. This is mostly sewing stuff, but there were a couple containers. This is the main jewelry making drawer down here. A lot of it is pony beads, plastic beads, some wooden beads, rainbow loom, oh my gosh, perler beads. So it's actually a few days later now. That was a really long lunch break, but as you can see, I cleaned my room. It was a mess and I could barely walk in here. So now we have tons of room on the floor to work. On the table, I'm actually working on some rock painting, so I don't want to clear my desk off. I went ahead and found all the chain that I currently own. I'm gonna have to buy more. This is a spool of silver and a spool of gold. Let me know in the comment section below which you prefer. I am a silver gal, but as you can see, I have gold hoop earrings in right now. I have this pack of silver. This one's actually 3 pre-constructed chains. This thing. So then at the bottom of this container, I really like these for organizing jewelry making supplies, by the way. The whole bottom of this is just different chains that I've acquired over the years. There's silver, gold, copper, bronze, and even some black ones or like gunmetal. And then this is really pretty. It's pearls and black roses. I have some unique ones. I'm going to get a ton more chain so I can make more stuff. My current plan is to try to use up a lot of the findings and the chain that I already have. I'm so thankful to my past self for doing all this work. I don't know if phone charms are a thing anymore, but these are dust plugs. I was gonna make tons of phone charms and turn polymer clay charms into dust plugs as well. So I have all these and I don't even know if I can use them. I also have this container full of random things. So the bottom looks like a bunch of key rings and some chain. I have earring hooks, some thin white chain, and wow, this is, whoa, industrial. I think I would just wear this as is. My shop is gonna be poppin' eventually. As promised, I'm going to show you all these jewelry pieces that I made. You already saw at the beginning that I have 2 giant jewelry organizers, and there are 4 sides, so front and back to each. I'm gonna start out with this one, and then as the video progresses, I'll show you the other 3. I personally love heart charms, so a lot of the heart ones I'm probably gonna keep for myself and wear instead of selling, but most everything else I will probably put in my shop at some point. If you're just starting out and you have a limited budget, you can get a large spool with a 40 or 50 or sometimes 60% off coupon at a craft store such as Michael's or Joann Fabric. This is really good because you can get it in bulk and you can also decide how long your chain is going to be. So you can make short necklaces with this, long necklaces with this. You can use it for dangle earrings, bracelets, keychains, anything really. You can also get packs of pre-made chain necklace bases. 3 18-inch necklace chains. Here's one. They're about this long, okay. These are pretty nice, and this obviously will save you some time. This one's gonna be a little bit more expensive because you're paying for their labor. And by the way, I'm sure you've figured this out by now. This is not a sterling silver, high-end luxury jewelry making. This stuff is not stuff that you would sell for $120 each. I'm more of a quantity over quality person because I like to switch things up. So instead of buying a $200 necklace, I would rather buy 20, like $10 necklaces. That is just me though. It's okay if that's not your style. That being said about cheap jewelry, one of my greatest tips for starting out a jewelry making business, or even if you're well into it and you just like to look around at stuff, you can go to a dollar store. There used to be this dollar jewelry store at our local mall, and it was called Glitter. I don't know if this place still exists. It doesn't exist there, but this is pretty decent chain. I mean, I don't know if you can wear it in the shower, but I just don't recommend that you wear any jewelry in the shower. Also, Claire's would sometimes have a clearance where they would do 10 for 10, but you had to buy 10 items to get them because they wanted to get rid of stuff. Sometimes you can find layered pieces. So with this one, I could probably get 3 necklaces out of this chain. Of course, I would need more clasps, but that is okay. Oh, there isn't even a clasp on this one. That's fine though, because it's long enough to just go over. The only thing is the jump rings on here are very, well, they're thin. They're actually pretty strong, but they're thin, so I would probably change these out. And also a lot of times the charms are gonna be plastic, but that's not always the case. Another brief intermission to show you some of my past pieces. You may recognize the zipper heart. I did a video on how to make a zipper heart charm. And in this one, let's see, I think some of these pieces I actually purchased instead of made, as in like I'm going to be reconstructing them, or maybe they're ones that I'm going to keep in my collection and wear, or maybe I'll sell some on Mercari or Poshmark if I don't decide to reconstruct them, but I think I'll be using most of the chain and charms from these, as long as the quality is, you know, good enough in my opinion to sell. And real quick, we'll look at the back of this one as well, because there are a lot of earrings. I used to have these listed on Etsy. I think I had most of them listed on Etsy. I now have my shop on Wix, so anything that I do plan to sell in the future, I'll put on there most likely. In addition to the chain, you're going to need some findings, which consist of jump rings and clasps. Those are basically the pieces to hold the chain together and the part where you will clip and unclip to take it off and on your neck. That was a very awkward sentence. Lobster clasps are my favorite, and they tend to be used on a lot of jewelry. Most of the necklaces I purchase, I would say, have a lobster clasp on them. Keep in mind I buy cheap things, so there are some really nice necklaces I have that are from like high-end jewelry places, and those tend to have the most dainty clasps that are so hard to maneuver and put on. Usually I have to have help doing that, but I just prefer these guys. When it comes to findings, you can get these in different sizes. So there's really, really tiny circles, and there are medium-sized ones, large ones, extra large. There are split rings, which usually are used on key rings, but you can use them on your jewelry if you want. So this will not come open. Just imagine a little mini key ring. It can be pretty difficult to get your key onto a key ring. I used to have trouble. I probably broke nails over the years. There are many, many different types of clasps. There are the ones generally used on charm bracelets, which will feature a toggle, which is a bar and a loop. You'll of course need charms, and those are scattered all over. You can use anything that you want to decorate your jewelry pieces. You can use plastic pony beads, you can create clay charms and turn those into charms and then attach them with jump rings. Depending on your audience and who you think your customers are going to be, you can go really quirky with this and kind of make it more childlike. For example, this is an alien bug that I got from a gumball machine a long time ago, and it has a charm loop on the top. This is more of a novelty item, you know, maybe something that people would wear to a rave. I've never been to a rave. I just know that that's where all the candy is worn. Venturing over to the kids section in a craft store is a really good idea if you want colorful, quirky items as well. I got these rubber ducks from Party City, I believe, in the baby shower aisle. I have these plastic hearts from like a princess section in like a party favor aisle, so I think it was for a princess party. They're earrings, but they're clip-ons, and yeah, I'm not gonna use them for that. Also, I got kind of clever one time and I turned little shaped erasers into charms. You can also get the little binkies or pacifiers. They're just plastic, and you can put those on your jewelry. And one of my favorite things that's going to be one of my trademarks is fabric bows. I used to get these, I think in a 3-pack for 99 cents from Hobby Lobby. So this, I don't really like this one though. I guess this would be up for sale. Like I said, I'm not a super fan of gold, but I think if any of you guys would want this one, I'll probably list it. I made an entire video on this container. I went to like some bead festival in Oklahoma, and I got a lot of these. I have so many of each charm here. There's owls, hearts, umbrellas, scissors, and bows. Bows are my favorite, but a lot of these I have to get different colored chain for. Even the silver ones, they're not really bright silver. They're more of a darker silver, and my chain doesn't match them. So another very important part of constructing jewelry is having pliers. I was looking for this pair of mini pliers. You'll need 2 pairs to make it easier, and that is just so you can split the jump ring apart and put it back together. They're supposed to be in here with the rest of their friends. I got these pliers for $1 from Dollar Tree a very long time ago. I also splurged and bought the Lure DIY pair because they're super pretty, or they are super pretty, I mean. If you want to use your coupon, you can buy an entire set, and this had another piece in it too. But this has all the pliers that you'll need for jewelry making. You can do wire bending and stuff, but that's a little bit more complicated. Now for these last pieces, again, I had a lot of these listed. There are these dainty bow jewelry pieces with the light blue. I have a ton of colorful plastic beads, and these I just got more creative with. So I'll have to show these in a future video more up close, but they may be in that jewelry reconstructing video that I'm linking below. I'm not sure. Once you have all your supplies, you can go ahead and get started. The chain is what you're gonna have to base things off of. So start with cutting the chain to the size that you want it. And a good idea for this is get a necklace that you really like. I really like this one, and see how it fits you and where it falls. So I'm not gonna actually clip it, but usually I put this on the highest setting, the tightest one, and I think that that's a good length. You'll take your chain off the spool and you'll go ahead and measure it against the necklace that you like to wear, like so. Then you're gonna take your pliers and you're going to just take the last little part of the chain where you measured and you want it to split off. Separate that link so you have a separate chain. You could also use a pair of wire cutters here, snip that off. Either way, you're not gonna waste anything, because when I do split the chain with the jump rings and pull them apart, I don't use that link, I toss it to the side. The strength of it has then been compromised. That's how I feel about it anyway. You can do different lengths, obviously. Here's another necklace that I really like, so you know, I'm gonna put that against them and see, do I like this length or this length better? And here is a handmade one that I created a long time ago. You may recognize it from my old video. I've done a ton of jewelry making videos over the years, and I did a full video on reconstructing jewelry years ago too. So if you want to see more of my collection, maybe things that I've sold in the past, I also have a ton of tips in that. I'll link it below. I'm pretty excited for this video series because I get to use all this stuff and I get to make money by selling things. All right. I'm gonna think about what charm I want to start out with. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Are you supposed to be? Nose boop. Ow! Okay. Your talons there, they're a little bit much, buddy. And check out these videos over here. A couple of my shop installments, the website and the wood burning pieces that are in there, how I made them, time lapse, it's really cool. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye. No, you cannot have that. You cannot has that. Nope. Drop it, good boy. Hello, crafty. Go.